But one day, after a terrible forest fire, in the smoke and confusion, Boris got separated from his family. In the morning, he mustered up his strength and started his adventure. He got a little lost, so he did what any smart boar would do. He used his nose. There, winding between the rocks. Mud, grass, and love. His mother. Even from a young age, boars are really strong. The old shed. His mother was stuck inside. She wasn't hurt, but she needed help. And Boris couldn't open the door alone. He had to find his brothers and sisters to help her get out. To help him, his mother taught him a wild boar secret. She explained that to find a particular smell, he needed to ignore other, stronger smells. This scentometer shows everything Boris smells around him. Boris can ignore some smells to focus on important ones. And just like that, he smelled his brother Gary. Boris was happily following the trail of his brother Gary, when suddenly, a more powerful odor made him lose the scent. Boris went looking for the source. Boris had found a very pretty flower. I made a sketch of it in my notebook. Everything I see in the forest, I write down in this notebook. Done. Boris knew this smell well enough now. He could ignore it and focus on what mattered. He could now find his brother's scent again. There he is, his brother Gary, looking sleepy as always. But something was off. He needed help, and Boris knew just the thing. Arum root, known to help with lazy brothers. I write down all of Boris's adventures on this page. To find the trail of the spotted arum, he needed to ignore his brother's scent. smell was no longer a mystery to Boris. He could ignore it. There, deep in the soil, was the arum root. He had finally found it. Now to bring it back to Gary. Boris gave the root to his brother, who took a small bite. Gary felt better, ready to follow Boris wherever they may go. At his own pace, of course. That's lucky. Boris found a rare truffle. The kind that makes his eyes widen and his legs forget they're tired. But what's that? In the middle of the park, a path appears. Could it be a racetrack? Maybe. Or maybe it's just Boris's imagination. Here he is crossing the finish line. Not bad. I'll note it down, just in case Boris wants to brag later. Here's a list of the fastest times on this track. A far cry from the scent of flowers, heavy and musky. Boris wondered where... Boris really enjoyed music. Boris could not open this by himself. Boris was strong, but with Gary by his side, he was even stronger. The bees may not love Boris, but he loved them, especially their honey. The great waterfall. After a hard day, I sometimes go for a dip in the river. The beehive in the tree made his mouth water, but how could he get to it? Boris used to play around here. I always feel a twinge of pain in my heart.